Hi guys, welcome to God Nod, where God may just nod for you. If you are new here, I post videos on how I see God working in my life, so that you may be able to see God working in your life. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and hit the little button in the corner of this video to subscribe so that you'll get notifications on when I post more videos. As I've posted in some of my recent videos about desolation, I just want to kind of build on top of that because I'm still sort of in that state. And something I want you guys to know is that whenever you're feeling like this, feeling like you don't really feel God even though you know He's there, right? Know that this is a time where God is strengthening your soul. So you might feel like your heart, like you feel kind of sad or hopeless, or you feel like God might be far away, even if you are praying way more than usual. But what I want to say is, like, you don't know how your soul is reacting. Like, your soul, it might be rejoicing because of the growth that it is undergoing right now. Just a reminder, faith is not a feeling. So if you're not feeling close to God, if you don't feel Him anymore, that doesn't mean you've lost your faith. So while we're in this mode, this season, this period of desolation, this sadness, this whatever, not feeling God, know that Jesus is fighting for your heart. Okay, it's like a test, and Jesus is always fighting for your heart, but during this time, He is fighting for your heart. And I just want to share my God nod that has to do with Jesus fighting for my heart. So one day, while I was in this state of desolation, I'm just knowing that I should pray, knowing that I should go to Mass, but not wanting to do it because I didn't get anything out of it, or at least I felt like I didn't get anything out of it, feeling-wise. I woke up one morning to go to Mass, and I just did not want to go whatsoever. It was early, and I stayed up the night prior. I was just super tired, and I just wanted to sleep in. I just kept telling myself, I'll just sleep in today. It's fine. It's just one day. It's just one Mass. I can just go tomorrow. It's okay. And then I was like, gosh, I just really feel this pull to get up and go, though. But I was like, I just don't want to. And so I grabbed my rosary, and I started praying, all right, God, if it be your will for me to go to Mass today, can you please give me the graces to go? Can you please give me the strength to get my butt out of bed and go to Mass? So contemplating whether to go to Mass or not, I saw my phone light up next to my bed, and I looked at it, and I had a Snapchat from my friend Hunter, and I opened it, and this is a friend I rarely ever talk to, but I got this Snapchat randomly, okay? And it said, Jesus is fighting for your heart. I almost started laughing just because I was just like, okay, God, there it is, there's your grace, you must want me at Mass for something, right? And so I jumped out of bed and got ready and ran off to Mass because, that little random message that Jesus was fighting for my heart was enough to just get me out of bed and go, because I knew that was Jesus speaking to me. And I think it's just important to point out the value of the Eucharist, what we should be willing to give up, whether that just be sleeping in or anything in this world, just to receive one Holy Communion. This wasn't just about, should I go to Mass today, should I not? No, this was about Jesus fighting for my heart, and me deciding, okay, who am I going to choose? Am I going to pick Jesus, or am I going to choose my bed? Am I going to let laziness come over me? Who am I going to pick? Who am I going to put priority in my life? In that particular Mass, I received so many answers and so much consolation that God filled me up with that I never would have received if I chose laziness over God. And so I gave my heart over to Jesus when He was fighting for it, but only by His graces that He gave me to do so. On this topic of desolation, something I'm guilty of is falling into this trap of thinking that this is a season to try to get out of. Oh, if only I can feel that immense joy again, if maybe next month it'll come, or something like that. And that leads me to seeking the fruits of the Holy Spirit, seeking the graces, the gifts of God, rather than seeking God Himself. So instead of praying for certain gifts or certain graces from God, maybe just surrender it all and be like, all right, God, if this is where you want me, I surrender it to you, which is totally wrong because that's not what we should be doing. Not saying that wanting joy in your life and wanting these consolations is bad, but I think it's good to evaluate, okay, what am I seeking here? Am I seeking the fruits and the graces and the gifts that God gives me, or am I seeking God Himself? Another thing to point out is that these graces are gifts from God. They're not something that we earn or deserve or anything like that. It's not like a certain amount of hours of prayer equals certain amount of graces. No, because they are gifts from God. So when we receive these graces, we should be thankful for them. But when we don't, we should not complain because we didn't earn them. So it makes me think, like, who are we to decide when we should receive these gifts from God? Who are we to decide when we should be blessed for our relationship with God? Like, no, like, God gives us those gifts when he sees the best time for them. Saint Therese has this quote that says, "How rarely do souls let him sleep in?" And I think the meaning behind this is that, like, we all want to be in this, like, feel-good stage of our spiritual life. So when we don't feel this way, we start to get greedy and, like, want these graces and these joys and all of this consolation, and we start focusing more on the graces than on God. And I think God is just trying to teach us in this time, like, no, it's not about that. It's not about the gifts I give you. It's about me. Focus on me. So focus on God, and he will provide you whenever it's time. For those wanting or seeking more joy in your life, my best advice for you is to seek him above all. Even when you think you have him at the top of your list, keep striving and putting him there, and he will give you all of the desires of your heart, including joy. By watching this video, I hope it inspires you to give your heart to Jesus, because he is fighting for your heart at every second of the day. So put him above all, and he will bless you in abundance. Even in your dry seasons, just know that your soul is being strengthened to don't give up, have hope, and stay faithful. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks.